Well, hello man cavers. What are we doing today? Well, today we are going to have a look at a little bit I got at the weekend while I was at Strumpshaw Rally. And then I'm going to do a little bit more practice on the lathe, using different cutting tools to see where I can get the best finish. Alright, so stick with me and we'll have a look at what we picked up the weekend. Marvellous. So here we are guys, just some of the delights I picked up the weekend. I got a whole little tray, a little tin tray here. In the bottom there's some rusty old lathe bits here, look at these, some high speed steel bits. And the rest of this is, there's some, I haven't really looked through all of this, but there's an aluminium pipe. This is solid aluminium, there's some little aluminium, several aluminium sort of pipes and little rods here. Ooh, nice bit of bright steel there, that's nice. There's some copper here. This is solid brass, solid brass, solid brass, a big old bit of steel, bit of solid brass which has been tapped and drilled each end a little. Some more brass. Some more brass. No, that's steel. There's another little. There's a lot of brass and a lot of steel and some bits of copper in there. A whole tray of stuff with the lathe bits, and it was £3. And I saw this lathe and I thought, hang on, I've seen Blondie Hacks use a similar tool to this, and she's getting a good finish because it's got like a nose on it, as whatever they call it. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these other bits here for a minute. I haven't tried any of these bits yet, so what we're going to do is put them over there. I have set up in the lathe here a piece of steel. There we are. Now this is an old scrap bit that I was playing with when I was making my hammer, and I'm going to turn this down to get a surface finish with the bit I've always used, this carbide bit on there, which someone now told me is for thread cutting. But we're going to turn that down and see how smooth a finish I can get. I mean, I have machined that bit, but we'll start again, and I'm going to try and make this as fair as possible by taking, I don't know, a couple of 10 thou cuts and then probably a 2 or 3 thou cut. So we're going to buzz the lathe on, and we're going to do a little bit of a finishing cut on this and see how we come. So let's get her on. There we go. I've got it centered up. That's in a live center. We'll tighten that live center a bit. There you go. Right, we'll go in a little bit. All right, we're starting to touch. Let's go in 20 thou. Do a nice slow turn. I'll turn half, the first half of this. Well, no, we'll turn the whole lot. Oh, we're going over a ridge there. We'll get rid of that ridge. So let me do a rough cut here and try and get all that out and smooth this right off. Somebody pointed out the other day I need to put a disclaimer on my videos, because someone might take this as a tutorial. And then, you know, man cave, none of my videos are how-to videos. I cannot teach somebody or show somebody how to use a lathe, because I'm learning myself. So please do not take this as an educational video, because I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just having a go myself. So there's the disclaimer, do not copy, I'm just experimenting. I think this should get rid of that ridge. So I'm going to go for a finish pass here. Now we'll let me go over this once more, then we'll be back with a finishing pass. Come back. Now I'll go over that, doing a really light pass. There you go, this is a really light pass now to try and get a finish. Tell you what we will do. We'll put some cutting oil on there, and then I'm going to do a really slow feed to see how nice a finish we can get. We'll put that other bit in and see if we can get any better finish with that. Right, there we go. So we've come right back here now. I'm not going to emery that. I'm not even going to turn the lathe off. I'm going to take this tool out, which is this tool. There we are. And we're going to put in this bit, which is this tool. The centre height will be the same because they're the same size bits. And I did offer this in earlier, and yes, they are the same centre height. So I think we need to use this little front edge a little. So we're going to come in. I don't know how close to that live centre I can get. Alright, we're starting to touch. Let me put some cutting oil on this to make it fair like the last one. And let's see if we can get any sort of finish on this with this bit. We ain't got quite enough bite. There we go, we've got a little, there we go, we're getting a little bit of bite. Let's see if we can get any better fit. Oh crikey, I can see instantly I can see a better finish. Oh yeah. That looks to me like it's going to be a night and day difference. So if you're a total newbie to lathe work, and you're fed up of getting baffled with science of people who tell you all the technicalities, and you want a layman's video about metal lathes and what bits you need to use, watch this one. Because I'm just trying and winging it. So I'm going to go about halfway down the piece and make 2 passes. And see if it comes any different. There we go, we're about halfway down. So we'll come back. Right, here we go, and let's go again. Oh, I can instantly see this is coming on so much better. Hang on, we've ruined that because I tightened the tool post. I'm going to go in a couple of thou and have another go there. There we go. So let's do a finishing pass, going to pretty much the middle where we was last time. And we'll see if we're getting any better finish. I have a sneaky feeling this is going to be so much better. Alright, we're just about getting to the middle where we was. There you go, we're starting to get a thicker cut now, so we're about at the middle where we was. So we'll stop here. There we go. Right. Let's turn this lathe off and see exactly what sort of finish we are getting using these two parts. Oh, stay pretty cool actually. Right, let me get a cloth and we'll wipe this off. So here we are, here's our piece and a cloth. Well, I don't know whether that shows on camera. Oh, it will do if I get focus. But this part that I did with this second tool is so much better. If I get my nail on this bit I did at the end, feels horrible. If I do it at this end, that is so much nicer. I mean, if I turn this, you can actually see it's so much better than what I did up this end. So guys, what we're pulling from this video is the carbide bit I've been using gives us this finish, and the other one, the other carbide tip bit, if I buzz him out of the lathe, the bit you just saw, I'll just dust him off, which is this bit. There you go. It is so much better. We are getting so much better surface finish using this. Now, am I using this at the right angle? I haven't got a clue, guys. Do I need to go in more this angle? This angle? Do I need to go straight in at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock? I haven't got a clue. I am literally a newbie to lathe work. So like I said, please do not take this as a tutorial of how to, because believe me, it isn't. And I think anybody that takes this as a tutorial, well, need looking at. I don't think anyone ever would. Because you can clearly tell from my videos that I'm not an expert at machining. If I say this is how you do it, what I mean is this is how I do it. Don't take it literally. You know? Oh, chips everywhere. Do not take it literally, guys. This is literally my way of how I do it. And I'm probably doing it all wrong. So, yeah, this is the quick video just to see if that other bit I bought here was any good. Shall we, for shits and giggles, chuck this back in and use one of them other high-speed steel bits? I'm putting that in the same depth. I'd better just centre this up again, hadn't I? Oh, I know you should centre it up with calipers and all that business, but I pull it onto the dead centre and then I do the chuck up. Probably all wrong. Do a tailstock up. There we go. Let me get in here. What's this bit? Shall we try this? I haven't never tried this piece in here. I don't know whether my centre height is going to be right or whether I've got to lower that a little. I'm going to work this in. Oh, I think the centre height isn't far out. That might be a bit low if anything, but let's put this piece sticking out a bit. I ain't got quite enough sticking out. There we go. Right, yeah, I think we'll go with that. I think we'll turn the lathe on again and have a run down with this piece. Just a little bit of the way. There you go. Right, go in a few thou. We'll see how this bit goes. No, we ain't quite got enough to cut. I can tell with this bit, the lead screw is a lot easier to screw in, so I think we've got a lot less tool post pressure. Tool pressure, that's the one. I've heard Blondie Hacks going about tool pressure. So I'm just going to go quarter of the way in. A little bit more. And we'll see what sort of finish we get with that high-speed steel bit. I'm going to go about the same feed rate. And I'll be honest with you, that also looks very damn good. Wow. I'm quite impressed with this bit as well. There you go. Alright, we are halfway down. Let's turn him off and have a look again. Let's get my cloth. Well, we're at a little bit of a predicament here. Me thinking that the blunt tool was making improvements. Now I don't know. We have our finish this end with carbide. This bit with that dull nose tool. This bit with that very sharp. I can feel a difference. Right, by far the dull nosed tool is by far the smoothest. This one feels very rough, but I feel with emery paper, this will come up as nice as this. I really do. In fact, I'm going to chuck it back up and I'm going to emery the whole lot of that. Yep, I'm going to emery the whole lot of that. Right. Let's fire her up. Let's fire her up. This time we're going to start. We'll try a bit of 150. We'll try a bit of 320. And then a bit of 600. So we'll go through the grits and see how we get on. Motor on, clutch in, there we go. There we go. So we'll now do the 320. And if you're wondering, I'm just holding this. Somebody commented about some poor bloke got pulled into a lathe with emery paper. Well, I am holding this literally with my fingertips. If it was to pull, it would literally just snatch it out of my fingertips. My arm is not going to get pulled into that lathe, I guarantee it. And to be honest with you, I think a little lathe like this wouldn't really be powerful enough to pull you right into it. The belt would slip. Of course, these Myford lathes, or this one, I don't know whether they all have, but this one has got the Kevlar belts like mowers have, so if a lot of load get on them, they just slip. I think that's actually to protect the gears and the motor and that. I think that's a design of this lathe, so if too much force gets on this, it will just slip. It would hurt, break your hand, but I don't think it'd kill you. Alright, there's the 320. Now let's go with the 600 and see what sort of finish we're getting here. And by the looks of it, it just might surprise you, I think. So I ain't got that held in the dead centre, and can't you tell? On from that, you'd need your metal polish. Alright, clutch off. There we go. Machine off. Let's see what sort of finish we've got here. So let's get my cloth again. There we go. I hope this camera actually gets focus. There we are. So after the emery, is there a lot of difference in that? Is there a lot of difference in these finishes? There's a few grooves in here, but I think that was what I left from that original cut. The bits we got to concentrate on is this piece here, because that's where I made the most effort, and this far end piece. Is there a lot in it, guys? I don't know. I'm doing the old fingernail test, and I can't hear nothing. Do you know, I think this middle bit is the quietest. The bit I did with that dull tool, I can't hear a fingernail scratch there. This end one I can hear a slight fingernail. This end I can feel a slight fingernail. But either way, it's slight. To be honest with you, any of these finishes here, if you was using them on a job, you know, if you could be constant and leave them little heavy marks out there, which I've got in there. If they weren't in there, this would be good enough finish. You know, it would be good enough. With the emery, that would be good enough. I would be happy using this to this section as a piston and a little steam engine. I'd be happy with that finish on a piston. It's as good. It would be very good. So, yeah. I don't know what stock this is. I think this is 20mm by the look of that. Yeah, I think that's a 20mm stock. Just cheap old wrought iron that the blacksmith used. So not a good quality steel. Probably not the best for turning. But when you're practicing and you're comparing tools, doesn't matter what bit of steel you use. Does it really? You know, we're just experimenting and practicing here. I've got to get all that sand and carbide off there. Excuse me. Because it can, if you run your carriage down there, that can sort of sand your waves away, if that makes sense. So wipe all that carbide oxide off there. Oh, look at that carbide, all that carbide powder what come off that emery. And if that was underneath your carriage as that went down, that wouldn't be so good, would it? Always clean your carriage, guys, because that stuff will wear it out. I'm just going to clean them ways down with a bit of WD-40 to pick up any dust. There we go. There we go, that's got any dust off there. Nothing under the ways. Now we just need to put a bit of whey oil on there, but I shan't do that on camera. Need to oil that way. There we go, where are we? Excellent. Well, there we go. I know it's a lathe video and it could be boring, but if it helps out some beginner like myself, an absolute beginner, whose biggest project so far has been making this damned hammer. I mean, this is the limit of my lathe work, you know, making a silly hammer. That is literally all I've done. I've never used a lathe before until about a month ago. So I'm still very much a learner. So do not take this as a how-to video. It's a how I do it video, which is probably all wrong. That's my little disclaimer. So, there you go, guys. This is the finish we have got. Using the three, we used 3 tools in the lathe, didn't we? Same setup, same steel, same speed, same bit of metal, same oiling, keeping everything as, you know, uniform as I could. Just changing the tools, and yeah, we've pretty much got the same finish throughout after the emery paper. Without the emery paper, by far that dowel radius, the second tool we used, was much better. But after it's emeried, they all come out pretty much the same, if I'm honest. There's very little in it. But there you go. If you don't want to emery, use that dowel tool. That's it. Right, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very, very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you with another video. And that's going to be, I think that's probably going to be what we got from Strumpshaw the weekend. Because we got a few bits of Kelter. Right, see you next time. Bye-bye for now. I've now got the belt cover on. And what a lame, that was.